Did you know that in 2018 there have already been over 31,000 wildfires that have burned over 3.1 million acres in the United States? Last year we saw wildfires all the way from October through December, so this is no longer only a summer issue. Joining us today, our Colorado Springs Fire Marshal, we have Brett Lacey and Kent Fortune of USAA Insurance, and they are partnering with the nonprofit Firewise USA to tell homeowners how we can all proactively protect our homes. So welcome to the show, Brett and Kent. Great to have you. And I would love to start first off.
Good
Kent,
morning, Melissa.
Good morning to you. Yeah, and I would like to start first off by really giving us a full perspective of the fire situation across the country right now.
So I can start and the fire marshal can chime in. I think as you talked about, it's really not a season anymore. This is really a year-round event now. And so what we're trying to do is really get the message out to Colorado and really the United States that this is something that we need to focus on. And the good news is there are things that we can do to protect our homes that don't cost a lot of money. And so really what we're trying to do is get that message out and also encourage people to, in their communities, partner with their fire marshals, with their fire departments, with the civil authorities to get that information from the experts on what we can do to protect our homes. And so hopefully, to your earlier word, is how can we be more proactive rather than reactive?
Okay, and then help us understand too, how do we protect our homes, especially when it comes to such large wildfires and such a great number of them?
Right, a lot of time homeowners feel overwhelmed and don't feel like there's anything they can do, but the fact of the matter is if they do some common sense approaches to just removing combustible vegetation and debris from around the home. So like a lot of times we put mulch right up to the house, and that's the worst thing we can do. Grasses, pine needles, any of those things that collect right along the edge of our homes are susceptible to igniting when embers that can come from a mile away in a large fire deposit there and then ignite. And so that's what can start the house on fire. But we look for everybody to basically just clean up around their yard, get rid of combustible debris, trash, dead and diseased vegetation, clean that out. Make sure you clean your gutters. It's simple things. It doesn't cost a lot of money, but if you just take the work involved to clean up around your home, it's amazing what you can do to protect your property.
And what do you think homeowners should know about when it comes to insurance and wildfire coverage?
So I think the first thing consumers should do about coverage for insurance is reach out to their insurance professional. So whoever they have for their homeowner's insurance, call them and talk to them about coverage for fire. What coverage do they have? What coverage are offered? And just have that dialogue so that we can educate the consumer as much as possible to have that dialogue. I know insurance is not one of those things that people like to talk about, but it's so very important to make sure that we're protecting usually one of their biggest assets that the consumers have.
Yeah, and gentlemen, I know we mentioned off the top of the conversation that, you know, just last year, wildfire season, which people typically think it's just a summer thing, but it actually went all the way through December and in some areas. And it seems that wildfires are happening more often and they're getting larger. So in my opinion, being proactive like we're talking right now, taking those preemptive measures seems to be more crucial now than ever before. So where should our viewers go so they can learn more on how they can be proactive, protect themselves, and get the coverage that they possibly need?
I think there's a couple of websites that the consumers can go out there and use. There's a lot, but here's two that I would recommend that they go out and look at. One of them is firewise.org, firewise.org, and the second one is usaa.com/wildfire. Both of them are accessible to the consumers across the United States, and it gives them information that they can do. A lot of the tips that the fire marshal talked about are out there on the website that are not overwhelming, easy to do, and will help them protect their homes.
Wonderful. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you spending the time here and making sure that our viewers are remaining safe.
This interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.